welcome to Song and Story, powered in part by Classic of Denton.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jennifer Holm, and we are running a little bit late, but this is Song and Story. We're here. We made it.
Yay.
I'm Jennifer Holm, and I am a Denton-based singer-songwriter, and I am your host tonight. And I have three lovely ladies with me hanging out, going to share some songs and some stories, hence the name of the show. We're just going to hang out and have a good time. Thank you guys for being with us. I have Tyler Marco, Ellie Meyer, and Helene Cronin with me tonight. And these lovely ladies are gracing us with their presence, with their, well, beauty, because obviously they're lovely, but also they're killer songwriters and singers. So stay tuned. We're about to get started. If you guys have listened to the show the past couple times, this is the third show. This is the third show. It's really just a cool platform for songwriters in the DFW area. By the way, if you're a songwriter, please hit me up because I need more people. Anyway, it's just a platform for songwriters to come and share their music and just connect with one another. So it's just a really cool venue. And it's on Denton Radio, which is pretty awesome anyway. So, ladies, I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves. If you want to tell us a little bit about yourselves and how you got started in music or writing or whatever you feel compelled to share. Tyler, you want to get started?
Sure. Well, my name is Tyler Marco, and I grew up in the Louisville, Flower Mound area, and right now I live in Dallas. So I've been singing pretty much my entire life. I didn't start writing until I was about 14 years old, and I was just telling Helene earlier that even though I was writing, for that long on and off, I didn't really start singing out in public and, sharing my music and getting stuff recorded and, distributed and all that until about a few years ago. So it's been a pretty incredible journey. It's amazing how quickly you can do some things if you just kind of get out there and do it. So that's me in a nutshell right now where I'm at. So
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, thanks for being with us. How about you, Ellie?
Well, I got started playing music when I was 11. If you heard me performing, you'd probably think, you should pick something else to do. But I kind of picked up guitar from my dad. He played it a little bit, and I always liked it, so I stuck with it. And then went to UNT for school and ended up living here for a long time, and actually used to work here at the Welcome Center doing the radio stuff, but now I work in Irving. But I didn't actually start performing until I went to college and just kind of caught the bug and been doing it ever since. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Love that. All right, Helene.
My name is Helene Cronin, and I live in Plano and travel between Nashville and Plano every month. I have a place in Nashville, and I write for a publisher there. And I spend a lot of time on the road, write a lot of songs on the road, but I got my start when I was probably 14, picking up my brother's guitar when he wasn't home. He went to North Texas. So when he would leave his guitar, I'd sneak in his room and get it. Wrote my first real song in college when one of my friends decided to quit school. And I wrote a song for the dorm to tell her goodbye, and it made all the girls cry. And that got me. That got me hooked. So I've been doing it ever since.
Love it.
Yep.
Awesome. Very cool. And if you guys if any of you listened to the first show, Scott Sean White was here, and he bragged about Helene the entire show. So now she's here and is going to share her awesomeness with us tonight.
So, well, I hope he didn't set set me up too high. Do you want me to start?
I'm sure. Yeah.
Is that what you? No,
sure.
I didn't know if that's what.
Yeah, go for it.
No, I can wait. I can wait.
So just to recap, this is how it's going to work. Now that we know who you guys are, I'm going to do my best to remember that this is also not just video, so this is live on the radio, so people can't see us. I'm going to introduce you again and just say, Tyler, your turn, or whatever. But each of you are going to take a turn, share your song and the story behind it, and then we'll keep looping until we run out of time. All right, Helene, if you would like to start, you are more than welcome to.
Well, I don't mind starting at all, but I didn't mean to jump the gun.
Oh, no, go for it.
I recently lost. 2015 was a hard year. I lost my oldest brother, and I lost my mom in the same year. And so I spent a lot of time going through other people's stuff, cleaning out homes and deciding what to do with things, along with my other brothers and sisters. And so one day I was looking at my mom's kitchen table, and I just thought, maybe I should move that up to my Nashville house, and then we could write songs at my mom's kitchen table. Maybe I should write a song about my mom's kitchen table. So it ended up being about much more than that, because I thought of all the conversations that we had together around that table, and I thought, well, where did I have that time with my dad? And I realized where it was. And then I decided to put those two things into a song. So Scott, Sean White, and I got together on this idea. And it took us 3 or 4 sessions to write it, but he was the right person to take it to. And it's called Dad's Garage and Mama's Kitchen. One bare light bulb hanging from the rafters. The smell of motor oil, sawdust and sweat. Hot rod engines, hammers and wrenches, old spare parts and spare time well spent. But at 6 o'clock, and not a minute after, that supper's ready call come through the back door screen. Baby's crying, the sizzle of something frying, and Grandma's china if we had some company. From Dad's garage to Mama's kitchen, might have been just a couple steps apart. You couldn't find 2 worlds more different than that short walk across the yard. But between carburetors and casseroles, broken hearts and fishing poles, there was always something needed fixing. In Dad's garage, Mama's kitchen. Just an old pine workbench and an old oak dinner table, where we talk pickups, pot roast, politics, and Jesus. Most of our problems back then we could solve them with some grit, a lot of grace, and a little grease. From Dad's garage to Mama's kitchen, might have been just a couple steps apart, but you couldn't find 2 worlds more different than that short walk across the yard. But between carburetors and casseroles, broken hearts and fishing poles, there was always something needed fixing. In Dad's garage and Mama's kitchen. Between carburetors and casseroles, broken hearts and fishing poles, there was always something needed fixing. There was always someone there to listen, to pass the 5/8 and pass the chicken. Dad's garage, Mama's kitchen.
Beautiful. Love that.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Love it. And what a story.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to lose people, but
It is hard to lose them that close together. And you just end up, everything that you touch is a memory. Everything that you go through is, triggers stories and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of tears, a lot of laughter. In my family's case, there was a lot of laughter going through some of the stuff and remembering the things about my mom and my dad that we love and appreciate. And they're the ones who encouraged us all to be musicians and artists and writers, and it's their fault.
That's so cool. And then you pay homage to them through a song.
Yes.
Love
Yes.
it. Very cool.
Thank you.
Love it. All right, Ellie.
Yes, I'll go next. I always have a hard time picking what songs to play and then explaining them.
I'm
And
the
then
same.
which one
We're
to
all
do.
with you.
Yeah.
So this song is called "Falling for You." It's kind of like a love song, like meeting somebody and falling in love with them, or falling for them, I guess. Not really much of a description for that.
That's okay.
But I like it. It's a fun tune. I can't explain how many times I've done this now. Looking in the mirror, trying to figure out how someone could make me feel this way. But I'm afraid that it'll fade away, 'cause I'm falling for you. I am down on my knees. I'm falling for you. Please, someone help me. I'm falling for you. Oh, baby, baby, this is driving me a little crazy, but I'm falling for you. I'd do anything to keep this from happening, but it's out of my control. And the further in I get, the harder it is just to turn around and walk away. 'Cause I'm falling for you. I am down on my knees. I'm falling for you. Please, someone help me. I'm falling for you. Oh, baby, baby, this is driving me a little crazy, but I'm falling for you. I'm falling for you. I am down on my knees. I'm falling for you. Please, someone help me. I'm falling for you. Baby, baby, this is driving me a little crazy, but I'm falling for you. I'm falling for you. I'm falling for you. I'm falling for you. Falling for you. I am falling for you. Thank you. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit.
You're good. That was
That
great.
was awesome.
I like
Keep
your
wanting
voice.
to clap. I'm like,
I know.
I
me
know.
too.
We can clap. I know. It feels weird because
I know, because you're like, do I clap?
our
Do I
audience
not?
is not really.
Yeah.
You're good.
That was
Very good,
great.
Ellie.
Thank you.
Like that. Your voice is really cool. It's like,
So I've
To
been
me, it's
fighting
like
allergies
scratchy.
all week.
I'm sure it's more noticeable to you. I don't hear it. It's great.
Yeah,
I
that
love
sounds
it.
great.
All right, Tyler.
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dear. Okay. So while you guys were singing and I was enjoying the songs, I was like, okay, what am I going to play? What am I going to play? So I think I'm going to start with this song that I wrote, I think back in 2011, something like that. So it's kind of old, but it's,
Sounds
going to be new because I'm hoping to release it on my EP that I'm working on. So this song's called Doors. And it's basically about, you know, not being afraid to, you know, to open that door, go to the other side and see what's there for you and you know, just basically facing your fears. That's something I've always struggled with, not so much anymore, but I used to for a really long time, which I think is why I'm, you know, so new at this whole performing, writing, you know, guitar playing thing and being out there. So this song's called Doors, and I hope it inspires you out there who are fearful. We want to belong to something that's bigger than ourselves. We hold on to what goes wrong, and it keeps our lives from making sense. La-dee-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. Pretty girl, take on the world and see what you can do for them. She's heard this all before, but it runs around inside her head. La-dee-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. And I don't want to be the one who stands before an open door, and I go and see the other side. I think it's time I let my fears aside. Let my fears aside. Well, it seems like, well, it feels like no one around here really cares, and I'm tired, so tired of all these walls we try to build. You pass them on the streets and no one ever looks you in the eye. We try to protect our hearts, but I just think we wanna fly. And I don't wanna be the one who stands before an open door, and I go and see the other side. I think it's time I let my fears aside. Let my fears aside. And all that's magical to us will slowly fade in time. Now it's only black and white. How can we live so blind? Yeah. And I don't wanna be the one who stands before an open door, and I go and see the other side. I think it's time I let my fears hide. I don't wanna be the one who stands before an open door, and I go and see the other side. I think it's time I let my fears aside. Let my fears aside. 'Cause I don't wanna be the one who stands before an open door.
Awesome. Very good.
Can we
You hit
clap?
that chorus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm always like,
What?
You hit that chorus, and I was like, oh, she has a big voice. I just wasn't expecting that.
Thank you.
Very good. Jake, would you mind? What can you not hear?
Myself.
Just
Like,
your singing?
Yeah.
Would you mind bumping her mic up a little bit if you can?
Didn't know how to ask for that.
You
More
know.
cowbell.
Yeah, more
yeah,
cowbell.
seriously.
Go. Very good, guys.
Thank you.
Round 1 is done. Let's see. 7:30. All
Worked all the
right.
bugs out.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know about that.
You can relax.
You
This is
sounded
super
awesome.
chill.
I think it's so cool that you're just stepping out there and
Yeah.
letting go of fear and doing it in spite of fear.
Thank
you know,
you.
being
Totally.
brave. I think that's
I
what
think
it's
that's
about.
a lesson we all probably need
Yep.
to
Yeah.
learn,
Yeah.
myself included.
It's a hard one to learn.
It is
It
hard
is
to
hard.
learn. Yes,
Well,
for
especially
sure.
if we judge ourselves and we think other
Mhm.
people are going to judge us just as harshly.
Oh,
and they
yes.
don't.
Right.
I
We
really
are
find
our
out they
own worst
don't.
critics too.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
True.
Most
Very
of us
true.
are.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
It's hard going out there and putting your songs out there for the world to
Yeah.
hear and know, like,
Hey everybody, this is how I
huh, I
feel.
wrote this. I hope you like it.
Yeah.
How many songs are you putting on your E EP?
At first I was just gonna do 3, but now I'm like, no, I think I want to
You
do
have
5.
Yeah.
That's a good number.
Yeah, I've been writing a
It's-
lot of new stuff too that I think
Good.
that song will probably go on there, but I have a few others that are new and more uppity that I'd like to. Kind of where I am right now in my life.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to that. Is that are you recording that right now, or what's
I'm doing a lot of pre-pro right now, so just a bunch of demos and trying to figure out what's going to work, what's not going to work, and yeah.
awesome?
That's
Very
great.
cool.
Yes.
Well, we will keep our ears open for that,
Thank you.
and we'll. You have a single though on iTunes, right?
I do.
Okay.
Yes, which I'll play that tonight. Very stripped down version of that song.
Awesome.
But yes, I do have a single on
Very cool.
iTunes. Yes.
Cool.
That's great.
Awesome. All right, let's start round 2.
All right.
Helene, you ready?
Yeah, just let me tune up a quick minute while I talk
Yeah,
about.
okay.
On one of my drives, I forget when it was, I was thinking of love and all the things that love is like, but trying to think of really out of the box things like love is like, you know, a rocket ship because of this. Love is like that, you know. So I had all these similes
Mhm.
for love. I kept trying to say metaphors, but it's similes. And a lot of them were really crazy. But I didn't have the thought that tied it all together. And what do you do with a list of just love is like this and love is like that? And, you know, I couldn't do anything with it. And so one day I was going through that list again and trying to add to it and just really not censoring myself, kind of just being as out there with stuff as I could. And all of a sudden the line floated in that provided the contrast for that idea of what love is like. And I had a song idea up and running after that. So I took it into my friend in Nashville, Dakota J, and he kind of helped me think about how to organize it, and we ended up getting it finished up. I think that's close enough. I don't want to waste everybody's time tuning, but I think that's good enough. So anyway, this is the result of that that list, that brainstorming list. Love is like a circle, you don't know where it begins. Love is like a tattoo, you can't scrub it off your skin. Love is like a Ferris wheel, making your whole world spin. And love is like the ocean rolling in wave after wave. Love is like a puppy, can't make it behave. Love is like a preacher looking for a soul to save. But your love is like nothing I've ever known. Baby, your love is like nothing I've ever known. Love is like an exit ramp that showed up just in time. Love is like the buzz from a second glass of wine. Love is like that song that you can't get off of your mind. Oh, but your love is like nothing I've ever known. Baby, your love is like nothing I've ever known. Nothing I've ever known, nothing I've ever felt. I don't need nothing more, I don't want nothing else but your love, your love, your love, your love, your is like the wind, easy to feel, hard to hold. Love is like a novel, a story waiting to unfold. Love is like a handmade cardboard airport sign saying welcome home, welcome home. Oh, but your love is like nothing I've ever known. Baby, your love is like nothing I've ever known. Nothing I've ever known, nothing I've ever felt. I don't need nothing more, I don't want nothing else but your love, your love, your love, your love, your love. Oh, your love, your love, your sweet love, your love.
Excellent.
Yay.
That was so good. I totally missed when you were tuning. Are you in an alternate tuning?
Yeah,
Drafting?
I use a short capo. I love this
Oh, okay.
capo. It's changed my
cool.
life, and given me a whole bunch of new stuff to play with. But it bars
Yeah.
3 strings, and when you use it on the 2nd fret, it kind of puts it into a dadgad tuning. And I don't know what it is on the 4th fret, but I love it.
That's
So,
awesome.
thank you.
I'm an alternate tuning fan.
Are you?
And I have one of those cropped capos, but I guess I need to use it because I think Scott used it when he was here
did,
for us,
yeah.
and I was like,
He uses it.
I have one of those.
And it has little instructions in there. You put it on the 2nd fret and you play in D and G positions. On the 4th fret, you play in C positions.
That's
and then
awesome.
you can put it on the 7th fret, and I haven't done that one yet.
Yeah.
So more to
Very cool.
discover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Thank
That
you.
was an awesome song. I
Thank you.
love that.
Thank you.
I think that's what I learned with capos. It was like I can only write so much, and then it was like a whole new world of like, oh, I can play different
Yeah.
stuff and still play the same chords.
Yeah.
It's cool. Awesome.
That's awesome. All right, Ellie, what you got for us?
This is kind of a newer song. I go through like periods of where I'll just write a bunch and then I won't write anything and then I'll just kind of trickle write songs. So I've stopped creating albums because I can't just like sit down and write a whole album for an album, and so I end up just coming out with a song, and just kind of make like a compilation album of whatever I've come up with over time, or I'll just post it or something like that. But this is one I've been working on, so I hope I don't forget some of the words because I probably will, but I'll just make it up and you'll never know.
That's all right.
So this is called Home. It was kind of inspired by one of my good friends. I'm gonna give a shout out to Patrick Hamilton. He's I would call it a traveler. He's always gone, always coming back, always going, and just always excited to see him whenever I do. And he'll just show up out of nowhere one day, and you're like, Patrick, like, where have you been? And then he'll tell me about his travels and wherever he's gone. So then I ended up thinking of like, you could go anywhere, but always have a home somewhere, no matter where you are. So that kind of inspired it, and I started thinking of all the different places I have a home or think of as my home. Like I grew up in Arlington, but I lived in Denton for so long that Denton's my home, and stuff like that. So
Awesome.
this is called Home. Sun's coming up over the water, mid-July, early morning. Fog over a lake is slowly starting to disappear from a midnight cool summer rain. Sipping on a fresh brew cup of coffee, Your eyes tell me I'm barely awake. I know it was you. This old house on the water holds a lifetime of memories. Oh Lord, it's good to be home. It's good to be home, surrounded by the people who love you the most. No matter where you've been or how long you've been gone, you always find a place you can go and call it your home. I can see the skyline of the city, surrounded by the interstate. I've been gone for so long, and I can't wait to get home just to see your face. 'Cause I've got a warm place to lay my head, with a good wife who loves me to death. It's a place to grow up and one day die in peace, a place for good friends and family. 'Cause it's good to be home, surrounded by the people who love you the most. No matter where you've been or how long you've been gone, you always find a place you can go and call it your home. It's good to be home, surrounded by the people who love you the most. No matter where you've been or how long you've been gone, you always find a place you can go and call it your home. That one's for you, Patrick.
Awesome. Do you see his comments?
He's
Yeah,
talking
I
to
was
you.
like, oh my goodness. Look
Hi,
at that.
Patrick. Thanks for tuning in. Don't cry. Or
Don't
maybe,
cry.
because that was a good song.
Yeah.
Tears of joy.
That was awesome.
For those of you who are just tuning in, this is Song and Story. I'm Jennifer Holm, and I have three lovely ladies with me tonight sharing their awesome music. I have Tyler Marco,
Hello.
Ellie Meyer, and Helene Cronin.
And thank you for having us. This
Yes.
This is a great
Thank you guys for coming on.
little show and venue, and
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
being on the Denton Square.
Yes. Yeah, if you guys are out and about or want to be out and about, we are on the square in Denton, and you can see us because the whole front of the building is glass.
Yeah.
So come out and wave and say hi. You can come sit and listen in the Welcome Center, and we'll wave at you and maybe make some funny faces.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for listening. If you are watching us on Facebook Live, we can see your comments. So please do. We would love that. And I know that our songwriters here would love to be encouraged by your positive thoughts.
Yes, it's true.
Only positive thoughts, please. No critics. Thanks. Great job, Ellie. That was great. Thanks. All right, Tyler, what you got for us?
So this next song I'm going to do is called Broken. And, you know, let me just preface, a lot of songs I'm going to do tonight are all from a time when I was going through a bad relationship. And so that time in my life produced a lot of these songs. But I'm saving a happy one for the end, so. Got to get through all the hard stuff with me first. So this is called Broken. say strong love, deeper, closer to you than anyone I'd ever known. But we got caught up, falling, spinning, drifting further from the truth we should have held on to. Now you're gone. I should have let you go from the start. You stole my heart. I'm broken. I'm broken. I'm picking up all the pieces, shattered, scattered on the floor. My head is screaming, let it go. Searching for resolutions, peaceful freedom from these lies that keep me bound. You left me tied up. Now you're gone. I should have let you go from the start. You stole my heart. I'm broken. I'm broken. And my scars I'm showing, and my pain is slowing, and your life you're living, no love I'm giving to you anymore. I won't see you anymore, 'cause you're gone. I should have let you go from the start. You stole my heart. I'm broken, and I'm broken, yeah. I'm broken.
Awesome.
Wow.
Very
I
good.
like that.
Sometimes it's easier to write the sad,
Oh yeah.
hard songs, right?
Yeah.
I'm about to release an EP, and it's like 90% that.
Yeah.
It's kind of ended up being a concept song, but all that to say,
Yeah.
sometimes it just like those are the easier ones.
Yeah,
to
I don't know why it is. I mean, a lot of people have an easy time writing happy stuff
Yeah.
too, but
maybe
I
it's
feel-
personality.
I think
Are you kind
so.
of melancholy? I'm super
I can be
melancholy.
melancholy. Yes, a lot of my friends will talk about how emotional I can be, but it's like, hey, I'm an artist. What do you expect?
Yeah. There you go.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
come on, guys. What do you expect?
let me be who I am. I'm just kidding.
It's the
yeah.
curse that comes with the gift. I
Mhm.
think.
It is, yeah. But I think also it has a lot to do with, just like where you're at in your life, and I was younger when I wrote those songs, and it was probably the first time I'd really just been super heartbroken. So I think it's good to go through that, because then you get to a point in your life where you start kind of turning things around and noticing different things about yourself, and you kind of explore other stuff, So I think the more you write, and it being easy to write the sad stuff kind of helps you get to the good stuff.
Sure,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yep.
So,
I feel like it's the strongest feelings that you deal with on a regular
Yeah.
basis,
Mhm.
of like sad and happy and
Mhm.
being upset. But it's like there's so many different feelings that go into that one main feeling.
Mhm.
yes.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
for
like
me, I don't know about y'all, but it's definitely a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just to like
it's like
process
therapy.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's such good therapy.
For sure.
For sure.
It's like writing the letter to your friend that you got in a fight with, and it's like, this is all the things I hate about you, and then you throw it away, but
I was gonna
you
say, only
can't
you
throw
don't
it
need
away.
Yeah.
Instead,
Yeah.
you make
don't
money
burn
off of
it. You put
he
it on.
makes money.
Yeah.
You
It's,
put
it can
out
be
there.
haunting too, though. You
Yes.
know.
Oh yeah.
I think I did some of these songs at House of Blues for a thing called Beats by Her, and the host was like, "Do any of these, like from your relationships to the guy, did they come back?" And I said something real sassy, and I think everybody misinterpreted what I was saying, but it's kind of neat how, and I'm not saying they come back, but it's like, obviously if they do keep up with me in some way, shape, or form, they hear that and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that she wrote that about me. Like, that's going to stick with me forever, So that's
yeah.
kind of like the best part for me. It's like the ultimate
The
revenge
revenge.
for breaking my heart.
I think Taylor Swift's made a career of
Oh
that.
yeah.
And
That's
$1 billion.
true.
Yeah, I don't plan on going that route, but
Oh, it's not a bad route.
I mean,
guess
she's not hurting. That's
No.
yeah, that's for
Really.
sure. Bills flying everywhere.
Yeah, she's like, watch what you say, because I'll put it in a song.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Yep.
Don't mess with me.
I think I actually I would just jokingly say that to guys I was dating.
I'm a songwriter. Do you want to get
Watch
close?
Yeah.
out.
Be
Don't break my
careful
heart.
what
Don't
you
mess with
do.
That's
So
hilarious.
true.
It
I like
is.
writing. I like how you saying how you like wrote these songs a while ago, but you're using them now.
Yeah.
I feel like it's always past you is writing, and then it's to help out future you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always end up like writing a song, and I'm like, I don't know about this, it's whatever. I don't really know what's going on. And then I'll go through that later on in life. I'm like, oh my gosh, this song just makes so much sense, and I get it now. I didn't get
Yeah.
it before, but I get it now.
Yes.
I think that's cool.
That
It
is
is cool.
awesome. Well, Helene, you do this for a living. Like, songwriting is your
Well, I don't make much at it, but I do it professionally, I guess would
Yeah.
be the best way to say it. It's very hard to make money at
Yeah.
music.
Yes,
I was
it
going
is.
to make a quick, because the next song I'm going to do is
Yes,
the title
please.
track from my EPs. I
Promote
have
yourself.
2 EPs that I've made in the last couple of years. This was the first one. It's called Restless Heart.
okay.
And
Awesome.
and then the next one I did is the CD called Belong to the River, and that's the song I want to do next.
Okay.
But both of these are available iTunes, CD Baby. I know a lot of people don't buy CDs anymore, but I think they're pretty.
They
Yeah,
are pretty.
they are pretty.
Oh, yes. so
Yes.
go
Go
out
buy
and find these.
Helene's music.
or you can download them off iTunes individually, or buy the CDs at CD Baby, or find me on YouTube and I think Spotify, because they don't pay me anything. But
Don't even get me
They
started.
report- yes, they report how many spins they do and how many fractions of pennies. But anyway, yeah, it's hard to make a living as a writer. I do spend a lot of time and money going back and forth to Nashville. And my publisher, what the process is like is I write a song, get in a room with other people usually. I do some writing by myself, but a lot of co-writing in Nashville. And then we'll make a demo of a song with real singers on it, not just the songwriter, but usually get professional singers. And then our publishers will take those songs out and pitch them to the artists like Tim McGraw and, everybody, Cole Swindell and Luke Bryan. And so the next cool thing that could happen would be to have one of those artists cut one of one of my songs, and
Then
that's
you
the
would be
ultimate
making
goal.
money.
Then
Yeah.
there's money to be made if they release it to radio and it becomes a single. Then there becomes an income stream. So, I have high hopes that something like that will happen. But even if it doesn't, I love the journey of being in a room with people and laughing and crying while we write a song and putting something real out there into the world. And then some of the songs make it to my own projects, and then a lot of them aren't really me. So I have what I think are me songs, and then I have songs that are really just for commercial
Mm-hmm.
country or film and TV and stuff like that. So that's kind of the path that I'm on, and happy to be on, and just glad that I get to do it. Maybe not for a living, but for life. I was telling somebody the other day, I feel very lucky to have the life that I have, and to be able to do what I do, and husband that lets me go out and do it, and kids
That's
that are
awesome.
kids that have flown the coop, and so I have a little bit of me time. So that's been good.
That's awesome.
So I think I'd like to do Belong to the River, and the story behind that is that I was in one of those little writing rooms. Somebody had Facebook messaged me, and she'd seen me at a show, and I'd seen her, and she said, would you want to write a song sometime? So I thought, yeah, sure. So her name is Taylor Lintelman. She goes by Parker McKay now, and I just saw something on Facebook today that she's opening for Martina McBride.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's great.
On the 20th in Cape Cod. So if you're in Cape Cod or anywhere up there, go check her out. She's amazing. Anyway, she hadn't done much writing before, much co-writing, and so she just said, I want to write something about a river. And she was, we sat there and we worked on it. I think we got an idea for the chorus, and then we started working on a verse. And then she said this thing about she wants to take her, troubles down to the river, and only, I forget how she put it, but she said something like, they belong to the river now. And I was like, that's our title. Yes, I love that. So anyway, that's what we worked on, and then when it came time to do my EP, I wasn't planning to do 7 songs on that one, but we decided it needed to be on there. So anyway, this is "Belong to the River" that I wrote with Parker McKay. Check her out. I've shed enough tears, let them fall like rain. You gotta have water to wash away pain. I tried to hold on, but I'm all out of tears to cry. I've been fighting too long, and the wells run dry. But I found a river deep enough to drown all my sorrows, so I waded in and held them down. They were so heavy they pulled me under. Only one of us climbed out. They belong to the river now. I've done enough time trying to find a way to undo the hurt I've caused and make myself pay. I'm done spending my nights being tossed and turned. I'm gonna leave that life and let the bridge burn. 'Cause I found a river deep enough to drown all my sorrows, so I waded in and held them down. They were so heavy they pulled me under. Only one of us climbed out. They belong, yeah, to the river now. So hold on, roll on, roll on, roll on. Troubled water, roll on. I found a river deep enough to drown all my sorrows, all my sins, so I waded in and held them down. They were so heavy they pulled me under. Only one of us climbed out. They belong to the river now. They belong to the river now. To the river now.
Very good.
Thank you. All right, y'all. I broke the ice on forgetting words.
What? You did?
Yes, the second chorus is supposed to say, I took all my sins, and then the third chorus is sorrows and sins, and I did sorrows twice. I was like, dang it. Well, now, okay, we can all relax.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I need to download that song.
Yeah,
I love
that's
it.
so
Yeah.
great.
I love
It's
the
so
way
powerful.
you write.
The
Yes.
recording is way better than live. I'll just say that. We have time to work all the bugs out, and but I love that song too. It's had a special place, and I've had a lot of people respond to it and take it to one lady that works with girls in prisons and things like that.
Oh,
It's-
wow.
Felt it's very powerful.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
beautiful.
Redemptive for
For
them.
sure. Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. It's amazing a song can
Thank
do
you.
that.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Music has
Yeah.
the power to do things
Mhm.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Power to change.
Absolutely.
Thank you, girls.
What was it? Belong to the River? Is what it's
Belong to the
called?
river.
Okay. You
Yeah.
guys, you should just go buy that. Like, right
Yeah.
Yeah, just buy it right. I wish I could right now, but I'm
You're
here.
on
so-
the computer, so you might as well.
Later.
I will, just for you guys who are watching and listening, I will have info on these ladies, where you can find them, their websites, where you can buy their music. All of that will be on the Song and Story Facebook page, so you should go find us. I think we have it tagged here. It's Song and Story, and then on Instagram I have info as well. And the handle there is Song and Story Denton, and is spelled out in both places. So go follow us so you know who's going to be on the next show, and so you can find info about Helene and Ellie and Tyler and me and all the people that are coming. So
Denton
go.
Radio.
Yes, and Denton Radio. Woo woo! Thanks for hosting Song and Story.
Yeah.
A songwriter who's not a radio host, but is I'm doing my
You're
best.
doing an
I'm doing my
awesome
best.
job.
Anyway, thanks, Helene. That was excellent. I love that
you.
song for sure.
Thank you.
All right, Ellie, what you got for us?
I'm gonna do another kind of new-ish song called "The Stars."
Yeah.
I really like. If you ever hang out with me in the evening time, I'll if I see the moon, I'll be like, "Oh, everybody, look at the moon right now! It looks so cool!" And everybody's just like, "Okay,
Oh, I would be like,
whatever."
I'll
But
look at it with
I
you,
love
Ellie.
stuff like that, like
Yes.
being able to stand outside and see stars and stuff like that. So I'm always thinking about that. And then I kind of tied it into writing about a relationship I was in, and just really liked how it turned out, and think it's probably one of the best songs I've ever written. But I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's called "The Stars." I spoke with the stars in the sky, that just for one night they would align. For once in my life, and it would be the right timing, and all of my dreams about you would come true, and I would have you. Cause the moment I knew what I was getting into, I wouldn't want it any other way. Cause I couldn't ask for anyone better than the girl who made me see. Now the stars were listening. Stars were listening. I count my blessings each day. Never take for granted what the stars help me gain. It's the brightest silver lining to ever happen in a night, when our paths had crossed in serendipitous light, when I had met you. Cause the moment I knew what I was getting into, I wouldn't want it any other way. Cause I couldn't ask for anyone better than stars were listening. The stars were listening. When I look at those twinkling lights and that bright glowing moon just above my eyes, I can't help but smile as I look right at you. 'Cause I finally have you. I finally have you. 'Cause the moment I knew what I was getting into, I wouldn't want it any other way. 'Cause I couldn't ask for anyone better than the girl who made me see that the stars were listening. Stars were listening.
Man,
Thank
you got an audience
Keep
out
calm.
there.
Yes. And Bob Ralph.
you. Bob.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bob.
Hi,
Yeah.
Bob. Thanks for listening again.
Bob does a show called Tiny Couch,
Hmm.
and he posted that song. I recorded that with him.
Awesome.
Wow.
So you can go check it out.
Very
Go
cool.
follow Bob Ralph.
At Bob Ralph or Tiny Couch?
Both. I think it's Bob
Bob
Ralph.
Ralph, tell us how to find you, man.
Yeah. Post on there.
What are some
that's
of your
cool.
influences?
A lot of
What do you listen to?
like musical influences. I kind of lately I've been listening to a lot of pop stuff,
Uh-huh.
but usually I like to listen to kind of like singer-songwriter-y type artists, but then I also like Sarah Bareilles and Jason Mraz, and
Oh, yeah.
I'd say those are my main influences of like
Yeah.
style-wise.
That's awesome. I'm getting like KT Tunstall type of sound in your
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I wonder if she listens to that. Because if you listen to, well, at least when I was really starting to explore guitar and writing music, there's this one artist that I just kind of latched onto. Like,
Yeah.
and that was also when I was kind of establishing my voice and trying to find my voice. And over time, people are like, "Oh my gosh, you sound like her," and I was like, "Really?" But I guess that happens. Like,
Yeah.
you listen to
Yeah.
them so much, you kind of take on like some of those things that people do. And
Yeah.
anyway,
I mean, that's what I did. Yeah. Like, if you heard me singing when I first started, you'd be like, "What are you doing?" No.
Oh,
Thought my voice is
Got a
raspy
great
now.
voice.
11-year-old me was like, "Hey, everybody." My family makes fun of me. They're like walking around going, "Oh, okay, Froggy. All right, Froggy." Like, "Hey,
Aw.
hey, everybody."
Aw.
I think rasp is
Beautiful
awesome.
voice.
Yeah.
You know, when I was gonna,
It's like extra raspy right now.
There's a lot of junk.
Allergies.
got like
There
allergy
is.
I'm
stuff
having the
going
same.
on.
I've been
Yeah.
fighting
Same
it
problem.
like a week.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like, I'm just going to pretend it's not there.
Yeah, I know. My daughter this morning was like, nose sick.
Oh.
She's like,
That's so cute.
so yes.
Who did you used to listen to that you?
Jonathan Brooke.
Mm-hmm.
She's a kind of like a indie. She
Folk, yeah.
I'm sure you've heard of her. She is just super awesome. She has always just done whatever the heck she wants to do, and that's what I admire the most about her. She is also where I learned about alternate tunings, and so I use a lot of alternate tunings. One, because I'm a fake guitar player. I don't actually know what I'm doing. And alternate tunings are a good way for me to look like I know what I'm doing and sound like I know what I'm doing. But it's also really fun just to like play with voicings and stuff like that. But Jonathan Brooke, she's, if you guys are looking for something a little different to listen to, she's definitely someone. And she's a killer songwriter. She does these workshops in Nashville for, I think, is it American Songwriter?
Magazine.
Maybe, I think it's American Songwriter. One of those songwriting magazines, and she does these one-on-one, like groups of 20 songwriting classes, master classes, and it's awesome. So I one of these days I want to actually make it out there and do that, just because I'm
That'd be
fangirl.
cool. You're like, I'm not
You need to
actually here to
go.
write.
I just love you so
I
much.
just want to hang out with you.
I just want to be your friend.
Yeah, I will pay you $1,000 to hang out with me. Anyway,
I love it.
so all that to say, I was hearing Katie Tunstall, so I was wondering if maybe you listened to her.
No, I'll have to check her out though.
Yeah, I used to listen to her a lot, actually. She has a lot of really good
Yeah,
stuff.
she's got this really powerful voice with a little bit of grit in it, which is
Yeah.
super
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she kind of she does more like a songwriter rock type of
Yeah.
thing. She's
Cool.
really cool.
She can like really rock the looper too.
Yeah.
She's really good at that.
She's pretty awesome.
Yeah. You're pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm blushing.
I've been like wanting to do that all day because people have been saying stuff like, oh, it's addicting, or oh, this is great, or oh, I'm like, I just been wanting to be like, you're great, you're
Yeah.
addicting. But I'm like, no, just leave
Just
it
make
alone.
everybody feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
Use a little bit more of that in the world. I
Super
think.
mature, I know.
You're awesome.
All right, Tyler, what you got for us?
Well, I think I'm gonna do "Walking Out on You" now, which is my first single that I put out this year in January 17th. I guess I will never forget that date.
Wow. That's hot.
But there's a lot of cool things going on with this song right now. I recently was told by a friend that I should enter into this contest through the local radio stations, country radio stations, for a contest put on by, I believe it's Garth Brooks and a couple other guys, Scott Berchito, out of Nashville. They do a contest every year called Nash Next. So I was like, I don't know if I really want to do that. And so she was like, no, you have to. Your song's so good. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it, So I entered it into the contest, and then I think probably about a month later, this was back in May when I entered it, and like a month later, I got this tweet from Hawkeye 96.3 KSCS, and they were like,
Fun.
we're really enjoying your entry. We're going to feature it tomorrow on the radio at 7:40. I was like, oh my gosh, just freaking out,
Oh, that's awesome.
And so then they were like, yo, you should record yourself, listening to your song being played on the radio for the first time, just so we can, see your reaction, which felt kind of weird because I don't really do
The
stuff
selfie
like that.
videos,
Yeah. So yeah, that happened probably about a month ago, and just been kind of waiting to see what's going to happen next. We recently had everybody going online to rate all the artists' songs. And I think whoever, has the best ratings moves on to the next round. Not really sure what's going on with that right now. But I was going to, I work full time during the day, and I was going to work last Friday morning, and I just happened to be listening to 99.5, and I think they're both affiliated. They're within the same wheelhouse. So they said every Friday we feature artists who entered Nash Next, and like we've got two artists. Here's his first guy. His name's Scott Hampton, and they played his song. He was really good. And then after that, they were like, oh, you guys are gonna love this next song. And Lisa Taylor said, and I just love the name because you wouldn't know it unless you heard the song, but it's actually a girl. And I was like, that's me, because everybody always thinks I'm a boy because my name's Tyler. And so anyways, I was so excited, and I'm like driving to work and don't know what to do because I wasn't expecting it. And I was just like, I literally wanted to tell somebody in the car next to me. I was like, I'm on the radio. Like, listen. So anyways, right now I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens, if I'm actually going on to the next round to be chosen for a local finalist spot. But it's just super fun. So it just kind of makes me real excited about the work that I've done with this song, and with my producer, Josh Good, who did an amazing job producing it and helping me get it out there. So, I used to play this in the backyard at my parents' house. I never thought I would, do anything with it. So anyways, sorry that was so long-winded, but I just am so excited I had to share that.
That's
It's a
awesome.
great story.
Anyways, this song's called Walking Out on You. 31 days, 12 hours ago, I was ready to let you go, but you had already let me go. When I found out what you did to me, my skin crawled, it made me bleed. It brought me down to my knees. Well, I was wrong for loving you, and I'll take my bruises, take my cuts, my hands are tied. I've had enough. I have seen the truth. Love is walking out on you. Let me take a moment here and thank you for what you did, my dear. I'm glad that you have disappeared. Well, I ain't happy, I ain't sad, just numb from all this pain I've had. But you can't hurt me anymore. Well, I was wrong for loving you, and I'll take my bruises, take my cuts, my hands are tied. I've had enough. I have seen the truth. Love is walking out on you. Well, you poured those lies, and I drank from the cup. I got weak in the knees, fell down, then I got right back up. And I'll take my bruises, take my cuts, my hands are tied. I've had enough. I have seen the truth. Love is walking out on you. 31 days, 12 hours ago. Don't come near me anymore.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Go buy it on iTunes.
Yes, buy it on iTunes. I know, it's so funny.
Walking out on you.
Yes. I know, I
Yes.
didn't even explain what the song was or where to find it or anything.
No, you're
but
good.
Yes.
Tyler Marco, Marco, Tyler Marco, iTunes, Walking Out on You.
Yes, you can find it on Spotify, Amazon. I mean, pretty
All
much
the
anywhere.
places.
Everywhere.
Just Google her and buy it.
yes.
I've listened to it. It's good.
That's your safe
All the
bet.
webs. That was great. I loved that it was love is walking out on you,
Mm-hmm.
not just. I was prepared for I'm walking out on you, and it was
Oh, yeah.
cool.
Thank
I
you.
like that.
Little twist.
Yep.
Well, if you guys are just tuning in, it is 8:20, so we've got some time. This is Song and Story. I'm Jennifer Holm, and I am a Denton-based singer-songwriter, and I am your host on this lovely show on Denton Radio. And I have three lovely ladies with me, Tyler Marco, Ellie Meyer, and Helene Cronin. And we are swapping songs, or they are swapping songs. I'm listening. I've got the easy job. They're swapping songs and telling stories, and we're just hanging out and having a good time. So if you guys are listening, let us know. I would love to know who you are. And also, I'm just now mentioning this, and I should have done this already twice. But if you are a local songwriter and you would like to be featured on the show, please find the Song and Story Facebook page and send me a message. You can also find us on Instagram, Song and Story Denton, because I need people to talk with for 2 hours every other Thursday night on Denton Radio Live. So shoot me a message. I would love to hear from you. yeah, I look forward to hearing from you. So we've got another round of songs coming from these lovely ladies. Let's see, you just finished, right? So Helene, Helene is up.
And yeah, y'all hit Jennifer up because it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
And it's so
I
pretty
think
down on the
so.
square
It
and
is.
people coming by
The
and
lights in the trees
I
and
miss this place. I used to live
Yeah.
here a
Did
few
you?
years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah. Well, more than a few.
yeah, yeah.
well, I'm gonna do a song that I know y'all talked about writing songs for exes and all that. I have to be careful what I write because my relationships are all family, so I try to be very careful about how I handle people in my life. But I had to write this one song about my girls because I was in Nashville one day and this word woke me up. And it was bizarre. I've never had that. It was like a bolt of lightning that, like, my eyes flew open, and the word pink, the color pink, hit me out of the blue. That's silly, but it was. So anyway, I laid there and I shut my eyes again real quick, and I sat there thinking, what is that about? And a lyric started to take shape. I just laid in bed and kind of got an idea of what I thought the song would be, and then I got up and I stayed in my pajamas all morning, and I got a lot of it written. It took me a week or two to really tighten down on it, but I kept thinking, well, maybe this could be like a breast cancer song or something. Maybe the last verse could be about, conquering brain. I could not get it to go that direction. It just seemed to want to be about the color pink and how it entered my life and lives of anybody who has a little girl or a granddaughter or sisters or wives or anybody who loves the color pink. So this goes out to all you girls out there. Inspired by my two daughters. It's the brand spanking new face of a baby after she takes her first breath. It's bouquets and balloons, it's the ruffles and pleats of her sweet little going home dress. It's blankets and bumper pads, the ribbons and lace decorating her new bassinet. Until you've been through it, you'd never think your house could hold so much pink. It's playpens and strollers, scooters and bikes. It's her favorite crayon in the pack. It's jewelry boxes, tutus and tights. It's the tie she'll pick out for her dad. It's iPods and braces, cell phones and razors. It's the Mustang she wishes she had. Until you've been through it, you'd never think the world could sell so much pink. Oh, it's lipstick and blush, the first sign of a crush, and it all rushes by in a wink. And then pretty soon you've got a bride and a groom, and you're toasting them both with a drink. And yes, even champagne comes in. The color of roses and flower girl petals, and the garter your new son-in-law threw. It's just a matter of time till one day they come by, and her face, oh, it glows with the news. A black and white sonogram, she's having a girl, and though you had brief delusions of blue, it's like the hope in a sunrise, this new life on the brink. And in spite of yourself, you can't help but think how much you love the color pink.
You're killing me, Helene.
I
By the
know.
second verse, I was like, I know where this is going.
I told a story the other night at Uncle Calvin's that I played that song at Kerrville one time, just in one of the song circles. Have y'all ever gone to
Yes,
Kerrville?
Kerrville's awesome.
I only went one time, and I was supposed to play at Ballad Tree, and so somebody introduces me to this group of people at this tent, and I went in there and I sat, and we were going around the circle playing songs, and so I played that song, and I guess one of the guys was a little hard of hearing. I get all the way, he's looking at me like this the whole time, kind of this quizzical look the whole time. I get through the whole song, and he goes, "Now, what was that word you were saying?" I said, "Oh, pink, the color pink." He goes, "I thought the whole time you were saying pee." And I was, okay, so,
Doesn't quite have the same-
no, it was all, I was like crushed. Because I'd gotten through the whole thing with him thinking the song was something it was not.
No.
Yeah, you'd never think your house could hold so much pee. So it made me learn to, I don't always introduce songs by title, but it made me learn to just sometimes go ahead and say it so everybody's with me. all on the same
Emphasize
page.
the NK.
Yes,
Yeah.
enunciate.
Give it a hard K.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, that was a great
So,
song. I was,
yeah.
I
I
was
loved
like
it.
starting. Well, my daughter's only 2, but
Oh.
Jeff, my husband, jokes all the time. Oh, Ava, you're getting so big, and tomorrow you're going to be graduating high
High
school.
school.
And I'm like, babe, that's not funny.
No.
So that was like, oh, she's
Yeah.
gonna get married. Anyway,
Yeah.
that was a great song. I loved
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. Well, in all fairness, I also have to say I have one daughter who loves pink and one who hates it. So it's probably really about one kid more than the other.
Yeah.
I get that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thank y'all.
All right, Ellie,
All right.
what you got?
I'm going back and forth between 2 different songs. I guess I'll do this one. So this is a song I wrote on. It has nothing to do with Christmas, but I wrote it on Christmas Day because I was thinking about a really good friend of mine that I hadn't seen in a long time, and I can't tune.
Do you want my tuner?
Oh no, it's
It
okay.
sounds
I
good.
get it. And so I, for some reason, was thinking about her, thinking, I wonder how she's doing. I haven't seen her in a long time. And then I started thinking about kind of our friendship and just how much I missed her and like missed the good things about her of what an amazing person she is and just always friendly to everybody. Always just, hey, how are you doing? Like, just could go anywhere and like light up a room, just like friendly, awesome. And I missed that. And so I ended up writing this song thinking about her and realizing how much of that you take for granted of like, you just go about your life and you're like, oh, I wonder how that person's doing. And you haven't talked to them in forever. And then you think to do it. So I ended up writing this. It's called Say Hello. Oops. There we go. She'll take 2 seconds out of your day just to say hello. She'll ask you how you are and if you'd like to stay and talk for a while. But you'll take for granted all that she is and you never know, never know. She doesn't just like you for what you do. She falls in love with all of you. 'Cause there's more to you than you'll ever know. And she'd love to find out if you give her the chance. Just say hello. She keeps track of the little things and everything in between, just to live in the moment. Every time she says something, kind words fill her breath as she speaks, and no word ever goes unspoken. But you'll take for granted all that she is, and you'll never know. Never know. She doesn't just like you for what you do. She falls in love with all of you. 'Cause there's more to you than you'll ever know. And she'd love to find out if you give her the chance. Just say hello. With every person that she meets, she'll change their life in a heartbeat, but they'll never know. Oh, she doesn't just like you for what you do. She falls in love with all of you. 'Cause there's more to you than you'll ever know. And she'd love to find out if you give her a chance to say hello. Oh, say hello. Oh, you never know.
Very good.
Thank you.
I love that. That was awesome.
Sorry, my voice is not.
I
what
think it sounds great.
should
Your
be.
voice is beautiful.
It's like,
no.
I don't
love
hear
it.
any of that at all.
It's got a beautiful tone.
You are your own worst critic,
I was gonna
Ellie.
wait for
I
her.
thought it was excellent.
Maybe you're just hearing it in your head.
probably with
You
these
know.
headphones.
I mean, that doesn't mean she's saying you're crazy. I think it's great. I love your voice.
Thank you.
All
It
right.
just gets deeper and deeper as the night goes on.
Oh, last week I was sick and I was joking. I had a gig like that weekend and I was waiting for the cold to pass. And I made a joke. I'm a huge Friends fan. If you guys
Oh,
are
yeah.
Friends. And that episode where Phoebe gets sick and then she's mad because she's sick and then she's like, oh wait, my voice is sexy. And then she gets like attached to her sexy voice, her
Yeah.
sexy sick voice, and then it goes away and then she's like, oh,
It's like bummed out.
yeah. Except I was coughing the entire show last week, so
No.
not sexy. Anyway, all that to say.
What gig was it? Was it your?
Let's see. That one was.
I saw you had-
Grapes to Wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I play a cool little wine bar in Bartonville, and it's.
I've been told to
super fun.
reach out to them by some friends.
Yeah, it's a really cool place. I'm a wine drinker. I love drinking wine and all things wine. So it's kind of a.
It's like a win-win.
It's a match made in,
win-win.
yes.
I play music. They give me
They
wine.
give you wine. Everybody's happy.
There you
Everybody's
go.
and everybody's drinking, so they're like super responsive.
Oh,
to what I'm
yeah.
doing.
Yeah, they like love it.
That's great.
Even when I tell bad jokes, I'm not funny. I try.
Sure you are. You're funny.
Oh,
We're laughing.
I laugh at my own jokes a lot. Like I'll say a joke and I'll laugh and I'm like, oh, you just laughed at your own joke in front of everybody. That's okay.
That's hilarious.
That's how you know you're funny.
Apparently, yeah.
The way you're
Yeah.
always funny.
I mean, no one's ever gonna be like, oh, she was like really good, but you remember that really bad joke she told? I don't know. I can't go see her again.
My husband's wearing off on me a little bit, but I'm always funny on accident. He's the funny one. He's actually seriously funny,
Yeah,
even though it's annoying.
I think we have our moments.
Yeah. Funny on accident. I don't know. I'll stop talking now. All right, Tyler, your turn.
Hi. All right, so as I said earlier, a lot of my songs are about heartbreak, but I'm saving a happy one for the very end, so don't you fret. This next song's called Pieces, and it's basically about, like after everything just kind of shattered on the floor, it's going to all be okay. It's going to come back together, and, I'm going to move on, and it's going to be all right. So I guess it's a silver lining kind of song. It just maybe doesn't sound like it. After the pieces of my heart have settled on the ground, after they've fallen so slowly like ashes from a cloud, you will hear the sound of my soul rising down, and all of these pieces will mend in time, starting now, and I'm falling further now than I've ever fallen, and as the sun goes down, I will certainly try my best to make sure your memory fades away like the light in my heart has faded away. And all of the words you had spoken are lies to me now. Foolish and stupid, you've made me feel somehow, and I never wanted it to end this way. But if you don't love me, then I can't make you stay, and I'm falling further now than I've ever fallen, and as the sun goes down, I will certainly try my best to make sure your memory fades away like the light in my heart has faded and I'm falling further now than I've ever fallen, and as the sun goes down, I will certainly try my best to make sure your memory fades away like the light in my heart has faded away. Thank you.
Very good. Is that going to be on your project too?
I don't know. We'll see. It's a little too sad.
Nonsense.
I played a lot of, bars and restaurants in Dallas, and sometimes I can get away with doing a lot of like slow, sad stuff. But I usually don't, because it's like I can like feel like I'm losing the crowd. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah,
come
yeah.
on, guys.
Yeah.
So
Gauging the energy of the
so it's really nice for me to be able to do something like this, because I kind of feel like
yeah.
you really get to hear me as an artist instead of me singing, Johnny Cash or some kind of song make you dancing
song.
around.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber.
I do a Justin Bieber cover, and it's really fun. But I'm always like ashamed to tell people.
Which one is it? Which one is it?
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a
love
good
it.
It's
one.
yeah, it is
I
really
like
good.
it.
And
I
anyway.
do crap. I
I
can't.
love that song, Ellie.
I
That's
can't.
such a good song. Oh my god, I know.
I can't ever. I'm always.
covered that?
I can't ever think of titles of songs.
Oh, I know. Yeah, me either.
You can sing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can.
It's that. It's like the most. Not. Dang it. It's like for all the times that you rain on my parade.
Oh, the
Oh,
acoustic. Or he plays it on electric, right?
Love yourself. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
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 That
That's
one.
a good one to cover.
Love
Yeah,
ya.
I do some Beyonce too.
Nice. I do Beyonce.
That's cool.
Halo.
Yeah, Halo. I do.
Yeah, girl.
I did say my
Beyonce.
name one time.
Beyonce.
Oh,
Say my
man.
name. Say my
I like did a
name.
That's
mashup.
awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
It's pretty hard to beat that. Well, let me check the time and see where we're at. 8:42. We probably have time to roll my round.
Cool.
All right.
I was wondering.
I was like,
I
I
was
want to do
thinking
my
that-
happy song.
You guys
Yeah,
are. Yeah, you guys are like right on. Like,
Get your happy song
minutes.
ready.
How many have we done? Is that 4 for you? Four?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Helene, what you got for us?
I'd like to do the song that kind of resurrected my songwriting career. I had kind of given up on some stuff and wasn't sure that I should continue writing. And I went to Nashville for a conference and basically got my butt kicked at the conference. I played some songs that kind of weren't impressive and weren't ready for prime time. And so I decided to get out of town and get a standby flight to go home and just get out of there as quick as I could. And there was a soldier standing in line next to me, and I'd never spoken to a guy in uniform at the airport before, mostly because I'm very self-conscious and reserved and never knew what to say. And this time I just thought, I'm going to say hi. So I did. I said hi to him, and we talked for a few minutes, and then I asked him where he was going, and he said, well, I'm going back to the Middle East. And he said, well, where are you going? And normally my response would be, oh, Dallas, I'm going back, Texas. And I didn't. I just went, I'm going home, like poor me. So he had a couple of words for me. I'm not going to tell, I'm going to let the song tell that part of the story, but it basically changed my life. It changed, I waited 2 years to even write it. The minute he said it, I knew it was a song, but I just stayed in that moment with him. But it haunted me for 2 years. Like, I've got to write that, I've got to write that, I've got to write that. Finally, I did 2 years later sit down to write it, and it pretty much all poured out. I tweaked on it a little bit over the years, but it is also available on iTunes and on one of my CDs. I've been able to play it for Medal of Honor events and for the Mike Huckabee Show. And one of the most meaningful things that happened was I played it at the Bluebird Cafe in Nashville a couple of years ago, and a man came up to me and he said, I'm a Vietnam vet, and I just got my thank you tonight after the
That's
song.
awesome.
And that just has stuck with me. So this goes out to all of you who have served our country or have a son or daughter or a brother, sister, father out there doing that job so that we get to be here living our lives. This is called Lucky Me. I stood in line beside a soldier at the airport ticket counter. We were catching flights in Tennessee. We made a little easy conversation. I asked his destination, another tour of duty in the Middle East. Then he asked me where I was headed to. When I answered home, he just said, lucky you. And I thought, lucky me. He's right, I sleep in my own bed at night. I got everything I need and more, all that he gave up to wear that uniform. Lucky me, while he fights a war, I live the life he's fighting for. He is the brave, I am the free. Lucky me. I stood there silent, and all I heard, echoing from his 2 words, were all the things he didn't say. That he's lonely and scared, battle-scarred, family back home praying hard. He never knows if he'll see another day. But he held up his head and looked me in the eye. And right there in those 2 words, I could hear a soldier's pride. And I thought, lucky me, he's right. I sleep in my own bed at night. I got everything I need and more, all that he gave up to wear that uniform. Lucky me, while he fights a war, I live the life he's fighting for. He is the brave, I am the free. Lucky me. I tried to thank him before we parted ways, but the best I could do was a tear rolling down my face. Lucky me, that's right. Freedom comes at a heavy price, and we don't all pay our equal share or know what it's like over there. Lucky us, the ones at home, while others go to the battle zones. They are the brave, we are the free. Lucky you, and lucky me. Lucky you, lucky me.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Love that. You're so
Thank you.
emotive. Like when you play and sing, it's
Oh.
just so like expressive. It's so
Oh,
good. I
thank
love
you.
it.
Thank you.
Is that on one of those albums?
Yes,
One of
it
the-
is. It's also on Belong to the River.
Awesome.
I think Pink is the only one I did off Restless Heart, but Belong to the River, Lucky Me, and Your Love are all on here.
Excellent.
So,
Awesome.
yeah, thank you.
Yes. Go
Thank you
find
again.
Helene Cronin online. Purchase all of her music.
There's more where that came from. And thank you
Mhm.
to Bob and Patrick for being
Yes.
online listening to us.
Yes.
And Jake, thank you for running.
Running
the
the show,
show.
Jake. Holding down the
having us
Oh,
fort.
on.
stop
Jake.
it.
Yeah.
You're awesome, Jake.
Yeah. You're Jake.
All right, Ellie, what you got for us?
This is a song I like to do last. I get good feedback on it. It ended up being I like to write based off of like what comes to me, not necessarily like sitting down just to write a song because I'm gonna write a song. It just doesn't. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. It just if I start doing it, it doesn't feel natural. I just won't do it. I won't continue with it. But for some reason, I started. I came up with this little melody that I liked, and I was just kind of like, I don't know what I'm gonna do this, so I'll like record it on GarageBand and do whatever, and ended up creating a whole song out of it. Just like I call them fluke songs, where you just kind of come up with it on accident, and it's kind of about. It's called Reckless in the Week, and it's kind of about like not selling yourself short. Kind of like, I'm trying to think of the lyrics so I can explain it better. But it's like I've been down and out, and I'm still gonna like come out of it strong, I guess. Not really like planning on writing it about that, but it ended up doing it, and I like how it turned out. So this is called Reckless in the Week, but it gets confused as Breakfast in the Wind. It's become known as, or
Breakfast.
I think Jake told me he thought I was saying Reckless in the Wind, and then somebody was like, "It sounds like Breakfast in the Wind," and I was like, okay, I'm gonna write a spoof song off of that, and it's gonna be a great music video. Just food flying everywhere.
So now you're gonna have to tell the real title again because now I can't get that
It's
out of my head.
Reckless in the Week.
Reckless in the Week. Okay,
Okay.
gotcha.
Hard K, right?
Yeah.
Week.
Not we.
Right. That's a whole different song.
Yeah.
That's true. Oh man, I'm gonna think about that now. Whenever I play this. Here we go.
Inside joke.
I'll end up singing like Breakfast in the Wind. And
Yeah.
so
Make
yeah.
everybody laugh. What did she say? What was that?
Song about
Breakfast and
breakfast?
we what? Okay. Gross. But here we go. Reckless in the Week. I've been to the edge and I've seen the end, and I know what it's like to give up when you can't see ahead. And I've been to the bottom, been scraped by the ground, and I've come face to face with the reality I found. It's a cold, hard world. Nothing's for free except advice on the street. But you'll have to wait and see, 'cause I know that it's coming for me. But I'm still standing here on my own 2 feet, and I guess I have to remind myself just to breathe, 'cause there ain't nothing standing in between myself and me, telling me this life I've lived ain't for the reckless and the weak. 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 Looked in the mirror at everything but myself, 'cause everything I see more important than what's in front of me. Why can't I see myself through my own eyes and know that everything will turn out alright? But why must I go through struggle and strife just to find out everything will turn out right? We'll have to wait and see, 'cause I know that it's coming for me. But I'm still standing here on my own 2 feet, and I guess I have to remind myself just to breathe, 'cause there ain't nothing standing in between myself and me, telling me this life I've lived ain't for the reckless and the weak. 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 I'm still standing here on my own 2 feet, and I guess I have to remind myself just to breathe, 'cause there ain't nothing standing in between myself and me, telling me this life I've lived ain't for the reckless and the weak. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So
surprised.
good.
You should definitely listen to Katie Tunstall. So
I
that
was
was
about
like
to say,
totally in that
yes.
vein.
All right.
You didn't
To check
even
her
know
out.
it.
That's awesome. Very good.
Thank you.
So, okay, I'm going to throw this in here real quick because I
Okay.
didn't know this until today or whenever I did your profile or whenever I featured you on the Instagram that you have won songwriting award.
Yeah, I did the Kerrville songwriting competition that they do at UNT. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to do it 3 years in a row if you had won the first time, so I just kept doing it because I didn't know, and I ended up winning like 3 years in a row. And yeah,
You rule.
That's
great.
awesome.
And they were like, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do this, but okay, whatever. And and yeah, it was fun. Yeah,
Awesome. Very cool.
it was
Where
fun.
can people buy your stuff online?
Yeah, I haven't updated a lot of stuff that I have online. I have stuff you can listen to on Reverb Nation.
Okay.
I'm terrible with the internet and all of that. I need to be better at it and fix it up and get it going. But I'm currently working on an EP called Microphone Diaries. It just kind of gets put on the back burner because I'm trying to record it myself and do everything on my own. So I end up just putting it behind me, and I'm like, okay, I gotta get it done. But you can listen to some of the demos on Reverb Nation.
Awesome.
But yeah.
Great. I'll post links to that on the Song and Story Facebook page, so you guys can find that there. So go follow us. Do it. All right, Tyler. Happy song.
It's time for my happy song. Yeah. Well, first off, I wanted to say thank you, Anna, for listening in.
Oh, that's my mama.
And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, she must be related to
That's my mom.
Jen somehow.
Hi, Mom.
Thanks,
Marie.
Anna. Thanks, Mama Anna. And also thanks to another lovely mother, my boyfriend's mother, Marie. Thank you so much for listening in, and I'm glad that you love all my new songs. She lives in Omaha, so
Oh,
That's great.
long distance.
some long distance.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome.
it's perfect for her. Especially she's come in town and been like, "Oh, can we just go?" Like one of the places that I play all the time. She's like, "Can we just go?" And like you just ask if you can play. I'm like, Marie, no, I can't. So I'm glad you're listening, Marie. Love you. This last song I'm gonna do is called Steamboat Springs, and it's basically about a time when I went to Steamboat Springs for their music fest that they have every year, Texas Country Music Fest. I've only been once. It was absolutely amazing. It's kind of expensive to go, which is probably why I haven't gone since. But I was watching, I believe it was Josh Abbott Band playing, and I was standing by myself. I went with one of my girlfriends and a group of her friends, and I think she went off to do something real quick. This guy comes up to me and he said, "I saw you the other night," and I turned my head, and when I turned around, you were gone, and so I saw you again, and I had to come talk to you and say hi to you. And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure. Like you probably just made all that up just now." But anyways, we ended up striking up a friendship, and I mean, he was from San Antonio. I'm obviously here from Dallas. So anyways, I kind of wanted to write a song about that moment and just like run with it. So, and this is also a song that I really wanted to work on. This is a fairly new song. I probably wrote this last year. So I wanted to try to start writing stuff where you can actually envision what's going on. So I hope that you guys can see the story from the words. Well, I met a boy in Steamboat Springs. He said, "Nice to meet you, let me buy you a drink." Saw you standing alone, pretty as can be. Well, I met a boy in Steamboat Springs. The snow was falling on the ground, music playing all around. The January stars looking down. The snow was falling on the ground. My fingers cold as ice. His smile, it caught my eye. It wore me straight to my heart. Well, I met a boy in Steamboat Springs. Oh, how could I have let him go? He went on home to San Antonio. I haven't seen him since that night. Oh, how could I have let him go? I may have missed my how could I have let him go? 300 miles between us now, but we never worked it out. And after all this time has swiftly passed, I've come to realize the truth, that I only have these eyes for you. I hope you feel the same way too. I only have these eyes for you. Well, I met a boy in Steamboat Springs. He said, nice to meet you, let me buy you a drink. Saw you standing alone, pretty as can be. Well, I met a boy in Steamboat Springs. And if you're not what my future brings, then I guess I'll always have Steamboat Springs. Steamboat Springs, y'all.
Very good.
Thank
Very
you.
nice. Steamboat Springs. It's a pretty place.
It's so beautiful there, my goodness. I didn't care that it was like less than 20 degrees outside.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Well, that was great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you guys so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having
and
us.
hanging out with me and playing some music and stories, and it's awesome. Thank you guys for listening. This has been Vote for Pedro.
Vote for Pedro!
This is Song and Story on Denton Radio. Please go find the Song and Story Facebook page and Instagram. There I will have information about these lovely ladies and where you can find all of their stuff, music, bios, photos, whatever you want. I'm going to post it. So go find us, Song and Story, on Facebook, and tune in. Thank you guys so much, Tyler, Ellie, and Helene, and Jake for running the show. I'm Jennifer Holm. And our next show is going to be on August 31st. Instead of 2 weeks from now, which is the 24th. It'll be the 31st. And I will be working on getting artists here for you guys just like tonight. So tune in. And if you're a songwriter, please message me. Email me, Jennifer@jenniferholmmusic.com. Find me. Let's get you on the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you next time.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at ClassicofDenton.com.